Hi guys, today join us on our Roach and Circular hike, which is our very first hike in the Peak District. We arrived in the area around 3:44 p.m. and after filling our water bottles, we headed straight to the trail. The route we followed takes you from Roach and to Lud's Church, covering about 5.1 kilometers and taking roughly an hour and 26 minutes to complete. Just as we were about to start our hike, we spotted the cutest little ice cream shop. We decided to save that treat for later and got moving. At first, we accidentally took the wrong trail because people were coming towards us and it didn't feel right. So we turned around and decided to go clockwise instead. At the start of the correct trail, we saw some cows grazing in the nearby fields. The first part of the hike takes you through a wide, open grassed land with amazing views. From the ridge of the Roaches, you can see beautiful hills and valleys stretching out into the distance. The open skies and fresh moorland air made it feel refreshing, but it was really hot that day. We tried to walk quickly during the first half to avoid too much sun. Eventually, we reached a lovely cliff area and we flew the drone to capture the stunning views. After a quick snack and water break, we began our descent down the hill. At this point, we were about halfway through the hike and excited for the next part, which is the forest trail. The second half of the route was a welcome change. We finally found some change with tall trees offering shelter from the sun. At this point, our chocolate had already melted, but thankfully we had enough water to keep going. After a few more steps, we finally reached Lud's Church. As you follow the trail, the path gently leads into a quiet woodland. It feels cooler and quieter, almost like stepping into a hidden world. Then out of nowhere, you see Lud's Church. It's not an actual church, but a deep, narrow crack in the rock formed by a landslip long ago. The stone walls rise high on both sides, covered in soft green moss, with ferns growing in the cracks and water gently dripping from above. It's calm, magical, and completely different from everything else on the hike. So Lud's Church also has a lot of history. Back in 1400s, a group called the Lollards used it as a secret place to meet and worship when their beliefs were banned. Even today, the place feels full of mystery and meaning. Walking through the narrow passageway, it's easy to see why people still visit. It's more than just a hike, it's an experience. We made it back into the sun, took a short break, and began the final stretch of our hike. The last part of the trail was a nice wooden walkway, kind of like a bamboo path, leading us back to the Roach and exit. The hike ended with a bit of an uphill climb, so we paused along the way to catch our breath before finishing. And that's it, our first hike in the Peak District. Thank you so much for watching and we hope you enjoyed coming along with us.